Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. Now it's Guild Wars Day 6 and it is a Green Day. So let's see what the first fight is. We have Essence of Evil, Queen Beatrix, Pan and the Leprechaun. Leprechaun giving their team a fast start in mana, which they probably hope is going to charge up their Essence of Evil, which is a fantastic weapon, one of my favourite in the game. And their Queen Beatrix, which can just loop on you and sting you to death forever. Right, this is a fairly good team against the opposition, especially if we get the 4 matches on Elementalist. We can stun the opposition, which will stop the bee from getting her cleanse, which is a cool way to stop her. But I don't think I've ever used this team in Guild Wars before, but it's probably a very good one. But I am tempted to go with something like this. Tempted to give the Wild Queen and the Wild King a run at the same time. It does work pretty good. If I get charged up first, then their team could be in a lot of bother. Just going to check their traits quick on their champion talents. Yeah, I might give this one a go, just to be a bit different. Let's check my own talents. Hunter's Mark, yes. Entangle. Yeah, all looks good. Right, I don't have a cleanse in this team, so I may go to swap my medal or upgrade it. I don't really need the Anisha on this, so I am going to adjust my medals slightly. Still want a fast start, but I will swap out that Anisha for a second Orpheus. So I have 2 separate 10% chances for a cleanse, should the bee get me first. Right, so let's dive in again. Why did it change to that team? That's a team I tried. I didn't like it much. I just tried it in PvP a few times. Just didn't seem to hit with enough damage. The bee, for me, I don't know what's happened. Same thing as with the Wild Queen. It's just not looping the way it used to in the early days. Like, play the opposition bee and sometimes they loop forever, but my one has stopped doing that now. She barely gets an extra turn, let alone anything else. So let's give the Wild Queen and the Wild King a run. Let's see how they do. It's kind of a free hit for me today. No chance of being in the top 2 or 3 places at all, I don't think. The guild has done fantastic this week. Oh, and a quick shout out while I remember, I nearly forgot. There are still a couple of spaces in Mana Bombers if you would like to join. A fantastic guild, really laid back and easy. Fairly straightforward requirements on the weekly side of things. And no pressure in it. It's a really casual, laid back guild. Lots of fun. So if you fancy some of that, then dive into Mana Bombers and have a bobbing good time. Right, let's have a look. Have we got any 4 matches first of all? Got blue and yellow at the same time. It's not too shabby. But is it going to be better than casting a Leprechaun? The cool thing about this team is the blue and yellow go straight onto the Wild King. The Wild Queen, apart from green, uses opposite colours, purple and brown. So a really good way of using these two, because if you don't get the colours for one, you have to get the colours for the other. It's just pretty much as straightforward as that. Shall I? Probably I don't want them to get the green either, and they're splattered around quite nice. And you can get a nice little cascade afterwards, so for that reason I will cast my Leprechaun. And that must have been Archer class come in straight away there, that 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal. You don't always want that on the Guild Wars Day. You get less points for lethal damage, but still counts. And if you do some skull damage first, then you're still going to score pretty good. Right, I don't mind leaving that green there for Leprechaun. Oh no, they've used it. Well, that round happened very quickly. I must have blinked. Right, if we get this, we're going to get purple at the same time. Their B has not got any blue or any green right now. So I'll take this. Grab that. It's now the queen is nearly ready, you see. So we didn't quite make it on the Wild King, although we may do now. Now the queen. I said she was basically sacked from my teams. Whatever day it was a few days ago. Oh, I've had bad luck with casting Wild Queen before, but nothing like the other day. I think I cast her twice in the same game and she done 0 damage. Literally 0 damage. Matched no skulls. I don't even think she matched any green. It was like, I don't know how you get so unlucky sometimes, but it happened. Alright, 1 hit on her and she's gone, so I'll cast this on Pan, I think. There you go, we completely failed her again. She just set up the opposition. It is a thing with these teams like this, where it creates a mix of that. You are relying on the game to just, hope that you get something from it. And most of the time it does work, to be fair. But just recently, for whatever reason, I have no idea. Even with a Bone Storm, skulls fall more than other gems. We just didn't get any matches and failed to do anything at all. So I need to get rid of the B. She's very annoying. Pan's a long way from being charged, and we've reduced his attack anyway, so we will definitely get rid of him first. Don't mind taking this green here. Only got 16 attack on their Pan. Right, now I want to hit this Essence of Evil on someone that's using green, so I benefit from all of those green explosions, hopefully. See, I haven't had to actually cast. I'll chuck that one in. And we're going to get Pan soon enough. Just saying, I haven't actually had to cast the Wild King yet, but now he's ready to do his stuff. And he succeeded there. That was not too bad. Right, and that was a good, powerful hit at the end. So that worked, even though we were denied some of our favourite colours for a short while. And the Queen, yet again, made a complete mess of it. I'm trying to think what I've done to her in a past life recently, because she's really upset with me the last couple of months. It just has not worked with the Wild Queen. 3,265 points. On to fight 2. Alright, fight 2 is against Magic Moon. And it is against Gorgotha, Scurvy Sea Dog, Doomed Blade, and Scardy. Scurvy Sea Dog transforms all green to blue. So green is not completely in our favour on this one, because it's a green day. That is usually a good tactic. And they're going to want to deal damage to all enemies, and quite a bit too, then transform a red to Doom Skulls. So technically, this is a risky team, because we're creating a lot of skulls ourselves. And if they get to cast their weapon, then obviously that could be bad news. And Gorgotha has 75% damage reduction on skulls, making him harder to hit. Not harder to hit, harder to kill. But we get such a big boost in attack from this. Is it still worth a go with this team? The Wild Queen can reduce the damage as well. And these two do seem to get charged up quite quick. I'm really surprised how quickly this team gets charged up. Have they got any sort of fast start apart from... No, not really. Okay, now we're in Tidecaller, so they're going to be submerged often. So this is where that number 1 team there, that wouldn't be very good against this, because if they get submerged, that's not going to have any effect. They're going to be underwater, and we can't get them when they're underwater. Right, so for that reason, I'm going to rock and roll with this team again. Right, a lot of green around, so this is a pretty good cast for a Leprechaun. No point looking at something like this if you're going to cast Leprechaun. It's just going to change the board too much. Right, they've got their doomed blade up, but the first troop is entangled thanks to Archer class's root trap. Not a single green on the board now, obviously. Can get purple and blue. It's not a bad shout. That's going to get the Wild Queen up. Right, now the Wild Queen is ready to go. There's a really, really nice mix of green and skulls now, so no point casting her on the first troop. He effectively doesn't have any attack because of the effect of Entangle. So we'll cast that on the next troop down, I think. That is why you do that, because that first troop are now gone and they only had 16 attack, which is why we didn't get hurt too badly from that. Now the bottom two troops are entangled. Not entangled, submerged. So I want to get rid of... They're both annoying, to be honest. Scardy is going to summon Queen Mab. But I don't really want them casting that either, even though their attack is reduced to just 16. But that's only going to explode blue gems. That is going to do a wider range. I think I am going to... I think I'm going to... Right, Wild Queen and Wild King are both on 13. They're both going to get a decent amount of mana from this, so I'm going to do it on them. Okay. Right, now... I think I'm going to cast the Wild Queen this time, just because I want to steal the rest of the attack from their team. And now we've got the Wild King ready to cast straight away. Just make sure we're not frozen on anybody first before taking this. Wouldn't mind some more yellow there, to be honest. I think I will take that as well. That was an incidental skull hit, that was handy. 164 hit, plus they've got Hunter's Mark, means they're going to be out of it on any skull hit, and this is going to make a skull hit and get rid of them, so I will settle for that. So far, this team is working pretty well. That was 1,375 points. Alright, next fight is the Wendy's guy. And what we got here, we have Megavore, Moonstinger, Doom, Delibram, and Malcondessa. Megavore eliminates all armor from all enemies, does a lot of damage, and then submerges itself. There's an 8% chance to kill the last enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. And they may have a couple of those possibilities straight away, because Moonsinger starts battles with full mana, converts purple to green. And Malcondessa converts yellow to green and starts with full mana as well. And this does a lot of damage and a lot of skulls, so we have to be wary of that. But I want to see how this team does against all different types of opponent. Like I say, I've got nothing to lose today. I've already had a bit of a strange week, been experimenting more than usual. Yeah, I'm going to class this as another experimental day and see how this team does against different opponents. And we'll take that anyway, providing we're not frozen on anybody, and we're not. Again, this is a really nice cast for Leprechaun, so no point even looking at Malcondessa and that. I mean, you don't always have to cast it. Like, if you really wanted to, you can have a proper look around and see if purple gems to green are in their favour. It's a good defence against that. Sometimes you can leave it there knowing that they may well do that and then actually set you up. Like, you know, purple to green, at first glance, there's actually not anything there for them. And then yellow to green, small amount of value there, but other than that, not much. But they may well take that instead. But I like the green, so I'm going to take a chance with my leprechaun. They took that skull hit anyway. Now we've done that, now this is where you do need to have a look around, because we have killed their first troop, but now they have purple to green. And we'll look at that first. There's only a couple of green up top, and they are no good. And a yellow to green, and they have a small amount of value there. Sorry. And that's it. So the AI probably will cast one or the other on them, so we'll take this skull hit, I think. Can't get my weapon charged up. Oh, I could get the Wild Queen charged up probably with this one. Not too worried about that there, to be fair. So let's get the Queen up. And didn't get the Mana Surge, and never mind. Right, they're going to hit me with 64 damage if they take that skull hit. But yellow to green is now much more heavily in their favour. A couple of different matches on that. So I think I will take one of those sets away. It's okay. Now what I could do is actually cast this. I'm going to chuck it on their bottom troops so they can't cast that. Now I can cast Wild Queen on the first opponent, taking away their attack. Not worried about 12. See, that failed again from the Wild Queen, but the backup in this team is you can fire the Wild King afterwards, who also basically made a mess of it. But we've got a bandit, so we've got two bandits facing off at the top of the tree there. So yeah, very hit and miss with these two so far. The way their spell casts, it's basically, do you feel lucky? Because it's just all down to what the game feels like doing. I'll take this one, because if another yellow comes first in that would benefit my Wild King. It didn't, but we got the next best prize, which is a yellow match instead. Alright, come on, go wild, and more wild than you've ever gone before. Alright, let's may as well get that. This should technically favour the Wild King leaving this here, but in a kind of way it doesn't, so I'm going to take that instead. Because you still may not get the matches you want from them and being there. I like the way this is set up now for the Wild Queen. Oh, I wish there was a cancel button. I forgot that they were stealthy. Small mistake there. See, there's no attack to steal now. I forgot the book was stealthy, so I should have cast the Wild King to get more damage. But what is done is done. And that worked out okay. So let's cast the... I can just take them out and be safe. That'd be sensible, wouldn't it? Let's be safe. Right, now let's go Wild King. Now let's go wild... No, let's just bash. Right, so we lost one. And we technically lost two, because we had a bandit there at some point, so... Okay, not spectacular. Would help if the Wild King and Wild Queen didn't miss quite as often as they did. But that was worth 1,468 points. Alright, fight 4 against their champion is a Jarkle. Essence of Evil, Beatrix, Tina 9000 and a Leprechaun. No hanging around, just going to dive straight in with the same team. Right, frozen on our Essence of Evil. No immediate 4 matches. So, like the way the green are spread around, we're going to get a portion from most of the board with this cast because of the way they're spread around all areas of the board quite nicely. So, this is going to be nice. Need my Orpheus medals to kick in nice and quickly, please, game. If you would be so kind. And use this opportunity to skull bait them while they're entangled. You can benefit from extra rounds basically by giving yourself a chance to get freed from your freeze. Because frozen is being frozen is annoying. Right, if this could take this blue and a skull hit at the same time, that's not too bad. But I do want to get my weapon up at the same time. Can't get the Wild King charged up with that, see, so it's going to take 2 rounds at least. So I've gone for green and brown benefits on this, on the mana. So for that reason, I will do that. Oh, that's good. The thing I really like about this team is having the option of Wild King or Wild Queen. All the while the top troop has more attack, I do like to take that away first. Tina's nearly gone. So let's go with the Wild King now. See, when that team flows, it flows really nice, and that absolutely obliterated them. That was like just not even close. And 1,654, I think, is not a bad score at all. Right, last fight of the week is against St. Nicholas. And we have Persistence, Life and Death, Lamashtu, and Gimlet Stormbrew. 2 more empowered troops, starting with full mana. Transform all green to brown and enrage, and give 60 life to the first ally. So that is going to be on Persistence, if that works out. And Lamashtu converts yellow to purple and deals damage to the weakest enemy. So that is for their Life and Death. So I'm just going to rock on with the same team. Archer is pretty handy. We're going to root trap that first opponent. They're going to stop that extra damage they do from skulls, hopefully. And again, this team does get charged up surprisingly quickly due to the way the Wild Queen and King use opposite colours apart from green. So let's give it a go. Getting quite a nice steady mix of green everywhere and lots of purple nearby as well. So we're going to get quite a lot of mana for the Wild Queen here and our weapon at the same time, which is pretty cool. But let's first check, see if I can make them waste their turn. Convert yellow to purple. That's already way too good for them. And casting Leprechaun will mess this up pretty good because we explode this green here, which takes out these gems, and this one takes out these ones, and this one takes out this one. So if we don't get any unlucky cascades after we explode this, that should mess that up pretty good. I'll take that. Could have been worse. Life and Death is ready to do their Life and Death stuff. Can get purple here if I wanted to, but I'd rather have green, I think. That will leave my skull hit to be tempted by, hopefully. Which they weren't tempted by. Now we have to get this done in a hurry, otherwise the Wild King could be doing his last dance, if he even dances. He may have clogs. I do not know if he dances. Does he look like a dancing sort of person to you? He looks like he's having a bit of a wild jig there. He's like rocking and rolling and getting all on there. Either that or it looks like he's about to punch someone in the face. I have no idea. Could be the dance of death. Let's hope it is, because we need to get some quick mana here. I might take this skull hit and then collect this brown at the same time. Not a bad shout, I would suggest. Could get blue and a skull hit this way, but I favour hopefully getting the Wild Queen up, even though there's no green on the board right now. There hopefully will be soon. Wild King got hit by the death mark. Right, we need to get rid of this persistence in first place. Check around for any more 4 matches. See, this is not an ideal cast for Wild Queen. Especially with so little green on the board. Not a ton of skulls. Just going to check around for any potential 4 matches because there's a lot of purple there. Is there any way a 4 match occurs? Not seeing it. No. Do your stuff, Wild Queen. Right, now that's happened, I presume that they're stealthy. Oh, they're thief. So they will be. Right. I don't really want to have to put Essence of Evil on their persistence. Kind of going to have to because the other ones aren't that dangerous in a way. They got the conversion obviously, but they're not charged yet. I'm going to favour collecting the mana over the skull hit. In fact, I'm going to prefer collecting for the Wild Queen overall. Oh, they got transformed into a Pegasus. Oh, how cute. Nay. Right, that is 2 skull hits and we are dead. But yeah, let's steal their attack. Oof, I'm glad I played it safe. She completely messed up again. Oh, I'm sorry, Wild Queen, but I don't know. I think you're going to have to be fired. It's happening way too often. You messing up on your cast. You used to be good in the early days. So that's why I question the mathematics on this game and how genuine they are, because so often troops in their early life are really good. And then slowly but surely over time, a lot of them just get worse and worse. They just don't perform like they did in the early days when they first came around. So, and that shouldn't make any difference. If the maths are the maths, that should not make any difference. How old the troop is or what new ones have come along and stuff like that. Only if the other troops on the other side somehow directly affect their spell, which it doesn't. This is create a mix of 22 skulls and green gems, whichever way you look at it. Right, do not... I've got 2 on death mark now. Come on. Queen hadn't messed up on her spell. We could have been home and hosed. Now there's no point in getting blue now because the Wild King has popped his clogs. Oh, we got death marked again straight away. That was kind. I thought I saw that vanish. Either or I'm seeing things or something's weird going on. There's some stuff in my tea which I don't know about. I don't know. Right, what should we do now? What should we do now? Well, it's offering me red, and I don't use red, which basically means there's no colours there which I can actually use for myself. So in that case, I may as well get the skull hit. Now, at least we have a 4 match here, and the Wild Queen has cleansed herself. And so she should not be a dirty girl. She should be cleansed. Well, it depends upon how you look at the word dirty. Dirty as in filth, like being rolling around in the mud. No. Dirty girl in the other sense of it, then yeah, maybe. It's not such a bad thing. Anyway, I'm not getting into that sort of conversation. Alright, who should we blast? Let's blast them. Okay, wild blinking queen. Actually, be wild, be mental, be over the top, insane. Do it. Thank you. Now then, who's left? Just get this done, play it safe. Alright, there it is. No attack to steal, but hopefully some skulls will do the job. Hasta la vista, baby. We lost the Wild King due to a death mark, but overall, even despite the setbacks of those two goons between them, the Wild King and Queen, both messing up on several occasions, we still pulled through and got 5 wins. That was against a decent variety of different types of opponents. But overall, I quite liked the team, even though it had a habit of messing up now and again. Let me know what you think of it in the comments, and if you're thinking about jumping guild because you're with a load of leechy people who just do the things they're supposed to do to just hang in there on a guild and then just don't really do their pull their weight, so to speak, and you want to jump to a really cool guild, then jump into Mana Bombers because there's a couple of spaces free right now and you're going to enjoy it there. Anyway, if you liked the video, be sure to think about hitting that like and subscribe button, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now. Oh, I didn't look at my total points. Hang on. Give you enough time to click the like and subscribe, and then what did we get? 9,476. So yeah, didn't score fantastically well, but we did lose a troop at the same time. So yeah, it was okay. Not anything special, I don't think, at the moment. Thanks for watching.